everyone, welcome. You're watching Head to Head. I'm Antonina Antosha with UATV. Back in July 2019, the Cabinet of Ministers of Ukraine approved a national integrated border management strategy up to 2025. The adoption of the strategy is another step towards making the Ukrainian border transparent for all services whose activity is connected with its crossing, comfortable for everyone who crosses or transports the goods. To discuss this strategy, we welcome to our studio today Anastasia Marchuk. She's the Deputy Chief of Unit in Analytical Support, Strategic and Operation Planning Department at the Administration of the State Border Guard Service of Ukraine. Thank you for joining.
Hello, I'm very glad that you invite me. I'm with pleasure answer your question.
Okay, well, let's talk about the Ukrainian-Polish border. It is known to be one of the busiest borders that exist in Ukraine. How does the National Border Guard Service of Ukraine manage to keep up its safety? First of all, how are the problems that clearly appear are being solved? And what are the main stumbling blocks that have to be overcome?
I would like to start that our Ukrainian-Polish border is the busiest border between the Ukraine and Europe. A lot of people, especially after the visa-free regime, try to cross this border through the automobile, and a lot of vehicles, cargo vehicles, is also try to come to Europe through the Polish-Ukrainian border guard points.
And if it's a cargo vehicle, it's clearly not tourism, right? So is there a problem with smuggling?
The integrated border strategy tried to solve two different problems. From one side, we would like to improve the trade communication between the Ukraine and Europe. And the second part, not to prevent a big amount of smuggling to the Europe. One of the main problems is the smuggling of cigarettes, because the difference of price, and smugglers in different way try to find the gap or something new approach how to smuggle these cigarettes to the Europe, because the price is different on 2, 3, 4 times. And the main problem at Ukrainian-Polish PCP, it's the infrastructure. It's not a secret that all our BCP which built at this borderline from the Soviet period, and they are more than 30 years old. It's necessary to modernize them, and it's necessary to rebuild them. And the second issue is the infrastructure before the BCP. It means that we need more European standards for the road, because a lot of transport stay in the line before the BCP, and they need to be more easy to cross the border.
Besides that, what kind of other novelties, let's call it novelties, have to be implemented according to this strategy?
Novelties, I think that it is necessary to start with our service personnel. 2 years ago, we started the new faces, because it's a project supported by Europe and United States of America, where we invite the new personnel to our service from the civil sphere, and we teach them and try to be a new generation of the border guards there. The second part, we are very ambitious, and we would like to have the crossing the border guards in the border into their smartphone. It means that when you are coming to the border, you are registered at the internet, and you have the time and line where you invite to cross the border and to checks by border guards and customs. It's the second. And of course, we would like to modernize our technology. That means, that we have biometric control, and we need some more that just like the one-point stop, that together border guards, customs and other control will be act together, and they check only one time the person when he crossed the border.
Out of these 3 points that you've just talked about, that you dwelled upon, which one is to be implemented the first? Which should be, in your opinion, implemented the fastest?
The first is, I think, that our newest technology will be implemented. Of course, for this newest technology, we need personnel who will care with all this process. And I think that our ambitions to the crossing the border in this smartphone, it will be the third one. And I hope that in future it will be implemented very good and very nice way.
After the strategy is completely implemented, what kind of an effect will it have on, let's say, on the relationship between the European Union and Ukraine?
If we implement, I hope that we implement everything, all issues, all points of our integrated border management strategy, we will have the same standards that have European Union at their borders, and it will be easy to communicate, to understand the approach and to the behavior of our neighboring border guards, and we will have the same activity like there.
Do you ever have training sessions with the neighboring border guards in order to exchange experience?
It's a long story, but when we decided that we need the new integrated border management strategy, we knocked at all doors and ask all our neighboring countries to advise for us something, because we want to avoid some gaps, some problems. Even the different international organization is also involved into the process of creation in this strategy.
Well, thank you so much. We're all looking forward for the full implementation of the border guard service strategy. Well, hopefully this will make our borders stronger and more sufficient.
Thank you very much.
That was Anastasia Marchuk. She's the Deputy Chief of Unit in Analytical Support, Strategic and Operation Planning Department at the Administration of the State Border Guard Service of Ukraine. Thank you so much for watching Head to Head. Stay tuned with UATV for the rest.